Hello, and welcome to Frank's School. It's been a long pause since I've made a video. This is the 6th year of Frank's School, 173rd day, the first video. And I want to deal with the state of the school. What's the condition of Frank's School, the state of the school. I've done this, I think, maybe each year, at least once in a year. Pause to say, well, you know, what's the state of the school? This is the real date today is December 26th, the day after Christmas 2018. And I usually use this slot between Christmas and New Year's, just roughly. The last time I did this was actually still within the 6th year of the school, but it was, here it is, it was December 29th. 2017. That's when I did it the last time, and I 107th video of the school year, and one of 7. It took me 7 videos to cover the state of the school. Maybe I'll get rid of some of this stuff. It'll be easier for me. The last time I made a video in the school in the real time was a couple months ago, and I called it Sunday, October 7th. 2018. I'm going to change the name of that to the 6th year 172nd day first video. I'm going to change the name because I can just get so easily confused. That kind of just stands there all by itself. But something that came of that is I may end up getting visitors here, and I'll certainly tell you more about that later on. But as a result of that video, there's a family that may come here and make quite a long visit. As I say, I'll tell you more about that later on. Anyway, it's been a long pause, very long. Probably the longest pause, other than maybe over a summertime, since I started Frank's School 6 years ago. Well, there's so much to talk about that I decided. And in many ways, I'm sort of in a state of some confusion because whereas the first year it was so direct, I was going in chronological order. I was just teaching 180 days like I taught, or as I taught in the public schools. You see, I'm coming up on 180 days, and I timed it accordingly. I saved the last videos for this time, and I think I'll sort of stretch them out in such a way. But anyway, there's so much going on that what I'm going to do is separate what's academic, I'll call it academic, from what's outside. I'll be taking you outside in a video or two, and we'll walk around the Camp Ranch campus of Frank's School so you can actually see what's been going on. So that's coming. That's coming. But I thought I should maybe start by talking about what's more academic, the matters that have gone on here inside my sort of classroom. Well, there was a long, at the beginning of the year, last January, I started on this long quest, in a sense, to deal with what I ended up calling Hydra in my head, because there were so many terms and names and ideas that were floating around in my head that it seemed almost like a Hydra. As I'd get rid of one, there'd be 2 pop up. And I tackled that. I decided I'm going to go after that. It took me 20 videos to do it. It ended up being quite autobiographical. I kind of go through my own life, and I'm content with it. I've actually gone back and watched it again as a way of sort of helping to sort all these ideas out. I find myself thinking of Ariadne's string in the Greek myth, where Theseus, I think it was, could wrap the string back up into a ball to find his way out of the labyrinth. Well, I've often used that image. Hydra is kind of like that. But anyway, that took up a lot of time, and maybe I shouldn't have erased that because of where that led to. I'll say in a moment. By the end of it, I arrived at this word degrowth, and I started a series of videos, which I'll probably go on with, where I say, just say no, degrow. the urgency of degrowth seemed to me, and still seems to me even more so, so extreme that I decided I need to do something about it. Well, as a result of that whole experience, I found my community. I have found a community, a sizable group of people that share my ideas. It led to a lot of work with a Dgrow Us, or Dgrow US conference in Chicago, which was last September. In the end, I didn't go. I just decided I just can't. It was going to be too arduous for me. I'd have to go there by myself, and so I didn't go. But instead, I offered some lightning talks. They had that as part of the conference, and all of this stuff is now is in Frank's school. You know, if you would go to Frank's school and just search, you would find all this stuff there. Well, anyway, as a result of all this, a lot of it was that particular word. I'm a decentralist, and I've been a decentralist ever since about 1970 or so, and I still am. But I'm also a degrower. I'm willing to accept that. Degrowth is a more common term now, and possibly more useful term. So if someone asks, well, what's your political thinking, economic thinking, I say, well, I'm a decentralist and a degrower. But anyway, the result is I found my community, and what a difference that is to me. And I think I'll probably come back tomorrow or the next day and say some more about these things. But let's go on with the school itself. Wood. I have so much wood and enjoy wood so much that I just started to do a whole series on that, and I think there's 12 videos. I haven't made them into a playlist yet. The others are playlists, I think. This one I haven't made into a playlist yet, but I probably will. So anyway, I spent a lot of time doing that, dealing with wood. And then my personal quest, my dealing with Hydra in my head and all that, I had I knew about it all along, but I turned to fiction, and I still am frustrated with the fact that fiction can't do more for this degrowth cause than it has. But I turned to Islandia, which was my mother's favorite book, and I did a good bit of talking about that in here, and I think I'll probably do more talking about it again. I'm a very slow reader. This is a 1,000-page book, and it's a utopian book, and I won't go into it now, but I will. I have et al. And others, because that 1,000-page book really is wonderful. It's exceptional, and I'll probably have more to say about it. But then another man who admired the book went on to write 3 sequels to it. They are not nearly as good, but I'm reading them as well. So you'll certainly hear more about that, I think. And then I recently found, you know, I have been for years really on almost a desperate quest to find a movie or get somebody to make a movie that could do some help. And I came across the name Captain Fantastic, a fairly new movie. And I should probably say more about that. This is the first time I think I've mentioned it in Frank's school. But they have this in common, that they are fiction. And both of these, well, that's not a movie, but both of these have something to offer. All right, and then finally, toward the end of the year, or toward the end of this time, this long pause, one of the reasons that there's been such a pause is because my energies I've poured into 2 books that I've written. The Gaia Messiah. Now, it's not exactly a book, it's a libretto. It's quite short. And what I did there was I took Handel's Messiah and I tweaked the words to include an awareness of life on earth. In other words, I took it out of the realm of strict Christianity. Anyway, it's short. It's a tweaked libretto, and it's finished. I'd like to publish it. I thought I was one click away from self-publishing it on KDP, but Kindle Direct Publishing. but I just have got no skill with that, and I'm stymied. I wanted to get it done before Black Friday because of all that religious fervor that people feel at Christmas time, and they love Handel's Messiah. And I thought, well, I'd like to put that in there so that there's some awareness of the destructiveness of current Christmas on Gaia, on life on Earth. And then the other one, which has taken a lot of time, and I'm really enjoying it, is a much bigger book. This will be textbook in size, and I'm still hoping to get it finished by January, the end of January, at least a fragment. I remembered that word, fragment. When you've got a work but you don't have it all there, you've got what's called a fragment in literature. And I've thought of it really, it's going to be a first edition because there'll be much more that could be added later. But one way or another, I'm really planning to publish it one way or another by the end of January, getting it online as cheap as I can. I'd put it on there free if I could. Building with Pallets, a New Vernacular Architecture. And I will have more to say about that, I think. And maybe that's enough for now. I plan still to spend a couple videos, I think, inside here with the academic part. Then we'll go outside and I'll show you all that stuff that's going on out there. Bye for now.